Okay, boys, touch him up. Okay, make sure you obey my commands at all times. You're professional. I expect you to conduct yourselves professionally at all times. Good luck to the both of you.
Vijender Singh versus Charles Adamu at super middleweight. His career, it's been sporadic, it's been broken up into phases. I mean, you saw him in the very early stage of his career, Barry.
Yeah, I did. You know, there's always a lot of pressure, you know, where he's come from, you know, and all that weight, the weight on his shoulders when he turned professional, and he maybe took himself out of India and had his professional debut in the UK, and he looked really good. He's technically very good, and he was starting to work on his power, starting to hold, like, know when to plant your feet, know when to put those heels on the floor, and know when to get on your toes.
He fences with that jab a lot of the time. We'll see that left hand out in front, but he loads up the right.
That 2008 sort of time of the Olympics, it was all about, you know, and this is what the amateurs call it, the backhand. So it was all just sword fencing with the front hand, and the jabs almost weren't counted in amateur boxing. So that's a habit that's almost maybe very hard to break, which is a shame because he got really long arms and he punches harder than what it looks. And I think that jab, if he used it properly, would be a real weapon for him.
There's some great support in here. Indian fans love getting behind their athletes. Doesn't matter what the sport is, and particularly for somebody like him, he's been a real trailblazer for Indian boxing. And still talks about being incredibly ambitious at world level. Gets through with the right hand there as well.
Just through the right, straight right to the body, where maybe preferably would have been a sort of like an uppercut or a hook. And that's where just moving your feet around the target will help open up the body to a different angle of attack. A shot.
Well, Adamu might be 42 years of age, but 47 fights into his career. He's been stopped twice, once by George Groves and once by Billy Joe Saunders. And considering the caliber of opponents he's faced, dotted through that record of his, 33 victories, 14 defeats, that is a pretty amazing achievement.
Unacceptable.
It's amazing just looking around, the difference in coverage as well. It's obviously been well followed here by Indian press. There are photographers dotted all around the ring apron that we didn't have for previous fights. They want this man to win and win well tonight, Vijender Singh.
Well, he looks nice and comfortable, and
yeah,
just looking for the openings, but still, again, if he used that jab as he should do, it opens up so much more options for him.
Ten seconds left of round number one then. Vijender Singh dominant, but not necessarily frantic, very measured. As we'd expect, you know, it's only his second bout of 2019.
Yeah, you know, you would think that when he turned professional, which is what you're talking now, 2015, yeah, sort of October 2015, that he would be so far on by now, or not made the grade. But I think he would have made the grade. So it's obviously a frustrating whatever's going on time for him, but he's here now, so I think now he has to, you know, get his skates on, I guess you would say. Like, that's a nice relaxed round for him. He's had a good look at Adamu and he knows what's to come, so I think for him now, for his development, he has to put on a bit of a show here. And it's a fight that he can't really lose unless he switches off, so he needs to go through the gears quickly.
Well, very capable.
Corners, 10 seconds.
And also Lee Beard, who's in his corner, has been telling us from day one, listen, this kid can really, I take him on the pads, and this kid can really punch. When he sets his feet, he has some power, so you know, that's the thing you don't really see in the amateurs. We've seen glimpses of it in the professional game.
Massive shot, right hand, drops Adamu. He went with an early body shot, didn't give Adamu time to recover, and landed as flush as you like. Adamu straight back up, I think so early in the second round. That caught him off guard, but he doesn't want to take too many of those. Charles Adamu in real trouble here.
Bit of experience there from Adamu, just getting close to the target.
He doesn't want to spend too much time in that corner. Doesn't have the movement that he used to. He's going to just have to push his way out because he's not going to be able to duck his way out or fight his way out. And shots like that, particularly the body shot before that big right hand that dropped him, they're going to stiffen those old legs.
Yeah, and it drains the energy as well, more than anything. It just drains the tank a little bit. You've got to put the pressure on here now. Vijender Singh, a little bit more urgency in his work, but still keep that distance. Not get too close to Adamu can hold.
Still trying to load up that right hand, that headhunter, but Adamu's got those gloves high. I think he's learned his lesson after that shot. But when you've been dropped like that in the second round, the final bell in the 10th seems a long way away.
Yeah, it does. But he's up and he's recovered a good body shot there from Singh. Just need to take a little half step back there when he threw that right hand. The body shot was good and the straight right was a good idea.
Oh, massive right hand. Just look at it though, teeing it up with that left hand.
But you know what? He did really good work, and then because he squared his feet up, he couldn't continue it. So it was all really good work, and just let himself down a little bit with some of the footwork. There's still a real measured approach from him, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got that one pace, but it's incredibly consistent.
Yeah.
And I think, unfortunately for Charles Adamu, he doesn't have the skill set anymore to change that pace, to apply some pressure and see where that leaves Vijender Singh.
Just trying to rough Singh up a little bit there, and that's not a bad tactic there from Adamu, just to maybe get Singh out of his rhythm.
Oh, right hand again, through the gate.
Just as enough to survive there, Adamu with a head movement, but a lovely hook around the guard there from Singh. What a round.
It's a heavy shot, that right hand, isn't it?
Round 3.
Adamu. Trying to land a body shot. Just trying to do something a little bit different in this round, but walks onto an uppercut, then Singh just pushes him towards the ropes where he wants him. I think he senses it now. Just needs to be patient and wait for the opportunity.
And Adamu, he's got to get as tight and as close as he possibly can. You've got to get inside those. You don't get close enough, you get caught with that long uppercut, and if you're too far away, you're on the end of those long shots.
Conversation I find myself having quite often though. Super middleweights, they weigh 168 pounds as Singh looks to turn the screw again, looks to get that right hand away. That's right in front of our commentary position. And you can almost feel how heavy the shot is, even though it doesn't land cleanly. The point I was going to make is, he looks massive at 168.
Yeah, he does. He does. Shoulders in particular.
Yeah. Tall and strong. Yeah, it's a strange division. Super. Oh, massive right hand, and that was clean. Adamu's done well to stay up, but now Singh gets smothered, and it is survival tactics at their best from Adamu, but he can't stand up to many more of those, surely.
You can see why he survives, because as soon as he gets hurt, he doesn't just block or put his hands to defend himself. That body starts rocking round, the head movement, you know, he makes it a difficult target to hit clean.
He's walked forward and caught another one there.
Which is good from Singh, though, because he knows he don't really have too many gears, so he's just walking him down, slowly breaking him down.
Your one gear is a steady forward one, and you've got that right hand in the...
I think he has more than this, but he's not one of the guys who can just accelerate with loads of pace. But I think he got a few more paces to go. But I think it's good work, methodical, strong work. He's picking his punches, just trying to break Adamu's spirit.
tries to go up top. Adamu doesn't get caught this time, just covers up.
This is where Singh needs that left hook to the body, because everything's right hand, so even though Adamu's getting hurt, he knows it's going to be a follow through right hand, so he's leaning to his right and rolling underneath to his left. Ooh, not far off with that shot. I say not far off with that shot. I thought he just clipped him on top of the head. He went back on unsteady legs there, Adamu.
Yeah, he did wobble back to the stool, didn't he? Worrying signs for the 42-year-old Ghanaian. As for Vijender Singh, it's just more of the same, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. It's been good, hasn't it? The last 2 rounds especially been really quality work from him.
There was that shot there.
But then I just think Adamu just took a little lean back, just took the sting out. For him, luckily, took the sting out of the shot, and then that upper body movement there just maybe get him out of jail. But it's a hard 3 rounds already in, and it looks like he's done 10 rounds.
Corners 10 seconds.
Up and out of the saddle, ready to go in round 4.
Round 4.
I mean, it's an easy thing to say when you're 3 rounds up and you've already dropped your man, but he does look incredibly composed, doesn't he? Doesn't look like he wants to rush it.
No, he doesn't. That was nice to there, little dip of the shoulder coming through the left. Hook come uppercut. Nice right hand there from Adamu. First real bit of success he's had.
So with a fight like this now, after 3 comfortable rounds, you've picked up on a few things you'd like to see Singh do. Is this an opportunity to try those things, or do you just stick to the game plan, get the job done?
I think in a fight like this now, it's all going your way. I'd stick to the game plan now, to be honest.
Glancing right hand, and what he shot to back it up.
I wouldn't start getting too adventurous, too much. You know, I think he could go up the pace a little bit now. And you can still keep it nice and long and put more pressure on him. But I wouldn't try be too over clever, because then you can just change the pace of the fight, the tempo of the fight, and allow Adamu not so much back into it, but enough to maybe make it a bit of a scrappy affair. No, it's nice and clean for the most part here from Singh. Bit of a push, I think, there on the arm, rather than a shot.
A smile and acknowledgement from Singh as well. And those things, it won't hurt Adamu, but it'll just remind Singh that he is in charge physically.
I'd like to see Singh step behind that jab and jab to the shoulder, just to square up Adamu and stop that upper body movement, and then just fire that right hand right through the guard. So rather than jab to the head where Adamu could do that, block it, or move his head, just jab his left shoulder. Push him back, squares him up, lifts that chin up for you.
Adamu tries to let the right hand go. Singh keeps his left high.
Public warning here.
There's the deduction. Referee unhappy with Adamu.
I think he said using the head.
And his excessive use of the head, yes.
See, no, he does not. The referee does. I can't. Oh, it's shot.
Oh, just lining him up. Yeah, just behind that pugilistic left hand that stays out. It seems as though it's a bit of a comfort blanket for Singh as well, isn't it? Just having that left hand out. Maybe using it for a multitude of reasons, trying to block the vision of Adamu, perhaps.
Just through the elbow then to
shot. Another big right hand, but Adamu comes out swinging. Has he been caught low there? Referee says box on, and the bell comes just as it threatens to bubble over at the end of the round.
It might have been low, I didn't quite see it, but he complained to the referee, but Adamu was in his right to jump on it, because the referee said, no, I didn't see that.
Yep.
That was okay.
As you well know, Barry, sometimes it only takes a little flick for it to be very uncomfortable.
It's not always the obvious zone that has the most that has the most effect.
Round 5. Vijender Singh comfortably taken all of them, and
shots.
Charles Adamu the point deduction as well. So has a real mountain to climb as the Crusader.
Oh, not far off there, just a little bit too close maybe with the front foot. Good little move though from Singh. Yeah, just lifting that elbow up there, just trying to chop down with that right hand.
Yeah, just that last minute adjustment. And he's too close.
He's boxing well and he's so dominant, it's ridiculous, but I still think that using that jab more and more weight behind it, his shot, makes him so much more effective.
Caught Adamu second time round with that right hand. Just bully him away. And Adamu just trying to spoil the fight now, isn't he?
Yeah, but when Adamu's on the ropes as well, and you don't throw that long right hand, you throw the jab to the top of the head and then whip that uppercut. Because Adamu bends his legs. A good shot there from Singh again, chopping down with the right hand.
Another heavy right hand there from Singh.
Good left hook as well there from Singh.
And lands the body shot as well. Adamu just on the ropes trying to wrestle his way out. Turns and lands a left hand of his own. It's about the smartest move we've seen from Adamu.
And he knows how to survive, doesn't he?
Yes, certainly. Again, 2 stoppages against real quality opposition.
That's all it is for Adamu. Little glimpses of effort, but it's really survival mode.
Yeah, there have been plenty of more esteemed and established fighters who've been stopped over the years by Billy Joe Saunders and George Groves. So. Final 10 seconds till the end of round 5. Oh, right hand there from Singh. But when he lands...
Round 6.
So fewer rounds for Adamu to survive, but less time for Vijender Singh to find that one shot that could end it. And round 6 starts as the 5 previously have, with Vijender Singh on top.
Chopping right hand there from Singh. There's the uppercut. That's the right idea. Just maybe not enough space to really get the whip in the shot.
Yeah, he's perhaps a little bit close to Adamu in the corner, but he doesn't want to give him any space to just run out, does he?
That's right, yeah.
And they're not massive movements from Adamu, but he knows that that right hand cannon's coming.
Of course, well, the Singh's boxing fine, but it is all one-sided. It's all on the right-hand side. All the major attacks are coming from. Oh, the head's coming in close.
Well, any time they do, the referee will be keeping a keen eye on it after already deducting a point from Adamu earlier in the fight.
That's better, a little bit better from Singh there, just to put his punches together, starting for the body, working his way up, getting a bit of looseness and fluency in his work. Shot. There's the uppercut.
Yeah, just showing that he is capable. Oh, massive shot! Oh, that's huge! And Adamu somehow stayed on his feet, but nearly ended up through the ropes. That's the one he's been looking for since round 2. And as brave as a lion, Adamu's going to continue, but that is what Singh's capable of. Now can he close it out with 25 seconds and round 6 to go? Adamu does not want to be a standing target for Singh. Needs to keep moving.
Again, no, that natural survival instinct from Adamu. Throwing the shots, getting close to the target, trying to turn it.
Well, he survives another round and another onslaught. And that might have been even cleaner than the one in round 2.
Yeah, it was, and the ropes kept him up. Really.
Yep.
Well, that's why it was counted as a knockdown, because the ropes kept him up.
Oh.
Soft. Lovely shot. The right hand's a great weapon for him, but it really is. And then again, he just lifts the elbow up, throws it, like all the other shots, throws it over the left hand, so it's hard to see, just out the peripheral vision. It's a good shot.
Well, it caught him on the side of the head, and those really can mess with your senses, can't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, you feel fine, but your legs betray you, and that's what happens with those sort of shots. Those shots around the back or on the temple, they really, yeah, you almost feel them in the centre.
Corners,
your
10
head sort of
seconds.
get all over the place.
Well, Vijender Singh already in the middle of the ring.
Round 7.
He is well aware of the people watching him around the world. He's well aware of the press attention he's getting here this evening, and he would love a stoppage. It's been a dominant performance against a rugged opponent. But to stop a man who's only been stopped by world-class super middleweights before would mean a huge amount as he looks to relaunch his career and get to that level. Catches Adamu again, 30 seconds into round 7. Just a reminder, another big shot.
I don't think the ropes kept him up there. I don't know why he's giving him a standing count for.
And it was almost as though Singh asked him for it. He landed a great shot, then walked away and claimed it. But now he goes to work on the ropes once more. Survival instincts kicking in from Adamu, just using his body weight to find some brief respite, but it doesn't last long because Singh goes to work on the ropes again. Steps out and steps back in.
Needs to maintain that distance, though, Singh. Keep the pressure on, maintain that distance.
Referee really focused on this. I wouldn't be surprised if he steps in soon.
Well, the thing is, Adamu's knackered, isn't he? He's absolutely shattered as well. That's the added worry here.
Well, he's had 6.5 very difficult rounds. He's had 3 counts now. He's been on the canvas once, and the ropes have kept him up twice. He's trying to throw that right hand, but it's coming from so far away. It allows Singh time. It's not even a counter punch, it's just a punch.
There's the jab from Singh. Some more of those now before you throw that big right hand.
Good movement from Adamu. It's not the head movement that it was earlier in his career. It comes from the waist now, but he's already had a point deducted. He doesn't have one this time, but he has a stern talking to. Final minute of the penultimate round. Vijender Singh just needs to give himself some space.
It's the right hand that he's going to throw, so you're going to get nice and long right on the end of it. But if he comes back with the left hook and then throws the right hand again, that'll help him out a lot.
Well, Adamu there stumbled back onto the ropes. He is on very unsure legs. Another right hand comes in from Singh that Adamu survives. Just finding the space through the guard as well. And he pours the right hand out. That's something that wasn't happening earlier in the fight. 15 seconds of the round to go. The lead right from Singh. Just wide of the mark. And Charles the Crusader Adamu somehow survives another one.
Problems if he would have been varied more with the left hook, maybe left uppercuts and a solid jab, this fight I think would have been over by now.
The final round then live
Your
from
8th and
Caesar's
last
Palace.
round.
Rotunda Rumble 2, Vijender Singh returning to the ring and returning to form as well. His second bout of 2019. His first was a victory over in the States, and it looks like his second is going to be a comprehensive win here in Dubai.
It didn't work there, but that was the right idea from Singh, trying to whip that right uppercut through the guard.
Charles Adamu deserves a huge amount of credit, not necessarily for how he's been stylistically, spent a lot of time spoiling, but the fact that he's still in there. Goodness me. He won't have had many nights as tough as this over the years.
No, you know, you've got to give him commendment for his commendament for his courage, but not for really his ambition. But that's the role he's been in for a while.
Approaching the final 2 minutes, Singh just biding his time.
But it's been a good professional workman-like performance from Singh.
Yeah. Oh, huge shot. Rocks Adamu, who survives it but just wraps up. The referee's got to take a look at this, surely.
He's still fighting back, though. You can't be stepping in. You know, if he's still fighting back, he still has the...
Another big right hand backs Adamu up onto the ropes. Singh stays composed. And steps off him.
And the referee's itching to step in.
I think one more clean shot. And this one will be over before the final bell. 90 seconds until we hear that bell. Will we hear that bell?
One more clean shot without the response. I think that's what he's looking for. If Adamu was throwing back.
He looks tired now, Adamu,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
Well, he has for the cut of rounds, hasn't he, to his credit. The right hand there.
Back there, though, yeah. He's not caught Singh that cleanly for quite some time in this fight. But again, Singh, you know, whether he's feeling the pace or not remains to be seen, but he's not wasted any energy in this final round.
No, he hasn't. On the fight, to be fair to him. He's been economically effective, I think, but just feel that if he had more gears, and I think he might have, that he could have used them and he could have got that stoppage, or a loose stoppage against a fella like this, would have been a real badge of honour for him.
Final 30 seconds then. Has he got that stoppage in the tank? Vijender Singh, another shot, but Adamu has found some energy from somewhere. There's not a lot of snap in the shots, but there are shots.
And it's just enough to stop the referee from saying that's enough.
And the final bell goes. Charles Adamu hears it. Vijender Singh shakes his head and smiles to his corner. But it's going to be another victory for him as the Indian flag is taken into the ring. He didn't manage to get the stoppage tonight, but against someone like Charles Adamu, there is certainly no shame in that. He landed some lovely shots tonight, showed us what he was about, and showed us the power that he can bring, which at 34 years of age, he's not going to have many opportunities at that level, and if he does, he's going to need to take advantage of them.
Yeah, he is, and I think, you know, I think it was a good workmanlike performance from him. You know, he showed, like Lee Beard had been saying from day one, this kid carries a bit of power, and I don't think he's a massive, you know, concussive puncher, but you can see that there's plenty of weight in that right hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges scored about 80 to 68 in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Vijender Singh.
As expected, Vijender Singh gets the victory, remains undefeated. 2 fights, 2 wins in 2019. And despite the fact it was the decision and not the stoppage, plenty of positives and a real highlights reel.
Yeah, I think so. I do. You know, it's easy to say, let's get the negatives out of the way. You know, he didn't use the left hand enough. If he used that left hand more, he'd be much more exciting, much more effective. But that right hand's a good weapon. He showed a good work ethic. He was strong in the pocket. Plenty to